Joining me right now is Montana Senator, Senate Finance Committee, and Energy and Natural Resources Committee member Steve Daines. Senator, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. You will be at that Zelenskyy speech. What are you expecting the U.S.'s response to be for those asks?
Well, it's clear. Zelensky's asked for the 28 Polish MiG-29s. Remember, it was President Biden who stopped this single-handedly. It reminds me, when I was growing up, the first president I got to vote for was Ronald Reagan. He was all about peace through strength. President Biden is about war through weakness. His timidity, his hesitancy is dangerous when you're dealing with these dictators, these thugs like Vladimir Putin. So we need to move these MiG-29s into Ukraine, allow the Ukrainian pilots to fly them in, let them fly them. But that's an ask he's going to make, and we should accommodate that request.
Well, I mean, Biden does not seem to believe any of his skeptics. You know, over this last year, many people told him to stop spending like a wild man, and instead he keeps trying to push through portions of the Build Back Better agenda, and we have 40-year highs in inflation. The other day, he was at that Democrat meeting, and he said, I'm sick of this. People thinking that it's my fault that gasoline prices are where they are. It's Putin's fault. Progressive Democrats are also reportedly planning to urge the president to use his executive power to declare a climate emergency, Senator. You know that. They want a complete ban on all drilling on federal lands, not just the moratorium, which is what Joe Biden put in place in week 1 in office. So why is it that you see things so differently than the administration and your colleagues on the left? They just do not, they won't admit that this policy is to blame.
Maria, it's chilling. It ought to be frightening to everybody who's watching what's going on in this country. This is not a fringe group of 2 or 3 Democrats in the House. This is nearly 100 members of Congress calling on the president to declare a climate emergency and shut down oil and gas drilling on federal lands. It's shocking. It shows you as well the ideology of the Democrats. This is nearly half of the Democrats in Congress. And this is a very dangerous ideology, and the American people are suffering because of these policies and this ideology, this climate change wokeness that they are driving. It is a religion for them, Maria. It's like a cult. This is what they wake up and worship every morning, and that is why they've got to be stopped, because it's very dangerous, not just for America. It's dangerous for the entire free world. There's something that's going on right now with Iran, with China, as well as with Russia.
Well, this is like a comedy show. We're looking at natural gas and heating oil all up 1% and 2%. Gasoline is also up. In fact, a gallon of gasoline right now is still at the highs of $4.30 plus. Now it's at $4.68 on natural gas. But the weekly average on gasoline today, $4.30 a gallon. What is it going to take to get gasoline prices lower? Because this administration has no answers.
They don't have any answers. Remember, the first instincts of this president was to reach out to Venezuela, Iran, and our adversaries to get more energy. The first call that Biden should have made was to call American oil and gas producers, bring them to the White House for an Operation Warp Speed kind of moment, say, what can we do to increase American-made oil and gas by 3 to 5 million barrels a day? That'd be step one. That's not his instinct. And the reality is you won't hear this president even say that. He will not say we need more America-produced oil and gas. Because why? Because of these ideology of climate change, the woke left, and is evidenced by these 100 Democrats in the House calling for a climate change emergency right now, for a national emergency. That shows you the insanity of what's going on by these leaders in Washington, D.C.
Well, we're going to see if all of this hysteria over the climate and these policies actually cut into economic growth. We're waiting on the retail sales number. It's out in a minute and a half. Let me squeeze in Tammy Bruce before we get that economic data that could be market moving. Go ahead, Tammy.
Yeah, I think it's significant that this is about states of emergency, right? We've got to be able to move out of the COVID state of emergency, which allows the president and the Democrats to rule by edict. And they like it. They're addicted. They're drunk with a state of emergency, and they now want another one. So I think this would go beyond just, drilling for oil and fracking. The moment you accept a state of emergency, if it becomes like an official dynamic, then you are able to do a whole host of things, as we've seen with COVID, that are unacceptable. And, look, COVID was serious, The climate is a serious issue, but this is the Democrats manipulating and exploiting these issues in order to be able to do other things. As you never want to let a good crisis go to waste, and that's what we're seeing here.
Well, Senator, she wanted Sarah Bloom Raskin, almost made it. She withdrew from consideration because she got such backlash on both sides of the aisle. But that was one example of putting that climate agenda even on the agenda for the major banks.
Well, just remember, the spider web of these climate change radicals is everywhere. It's in the courts, it's in regulatory agencies, of course, it's in the administration. I'll tell you, I was very proud of the Senate Republicans. I serve in the banking committee with Pat Toomey, who led the charge to stop this nomination. The bottom line is she was going to be appointed to one of the most powerful positions in the Federal Reserve. Basically, they call him the bank cop. But she has said that she wants basically to make sure that capital is not moving into the oil and gas industry. That is dangerous. It's chilling. That's not the Federal Reserve's dual mandate. The Federal Reserve is to control inflation and make sure we've got low unemployment. It is not to drive these policies. We're the lawmakers, not the Federal Reserve.
Senator, it's great to have you this morning. Thanks very much. And thank you for your leadership. We so appreciate it. Senator Steve Daines.